are back. Another episode of Off the Dome. Here I got my cafe, coffee with me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Darcy. Here we speak Off the Dome. And today's topic is, again, it's about choices, it's about manifestation, those type of things. And, you know, it's important to understand that life is for us to do. A lot of times we sit back and we let life happen to us. Sometimes it's chill. You need to relax, gotta chill. But we need to remember we always have free will. So free will to go try a new restaurant, free will to talk to someone you never thought you would talk to, free will to apply for that job, leave that city. All these choices in our lives are because maybe we want to feel something. We want to feel happy, we want to feel excited, we want to feel the adrenaline in our body. If things are really easy in life, you get to the mundane part of life, you get to that life is easy, that life is simple, and it's going to be that much easier for you to fall into your vices, for you to fall into your bad habits, because there's no passion in your heart. You feel bored, you feel mundane. So doing the same thing every day, you're not gonna have that fire as if where you are going to try a new cafe, that feeling. That's why they always recommend to have a date night when you're dating someone or in a marriage, because if you guys know each other already, you guys are already married, already have a family, you guys do the same thing every day, you're gonna be bored. You'll be like, dang man, shorty bad over there. Not playing, bro. But shorty bad over there, bro. I never let's see what that's like. So you gotta keep it spicy, bro. Because if you don't, they gonna be gone. They gonna be gone, man. I promise you. And so that's what today's episode is about. Is really like we get to do all these choices. We get to do all these things, and it's gonna be tough. Maybe the first time. It's gonna be tough. Maybe the second time, and that's perfectly okay. We are here on life to learn. Remember, we're not here on life to be perfect. From a cafe, but we're not here on life to be perfect. We're here on life to be human. Humans make mistakes. Humans have errors. So, I asked you this question. Do you want things to be easier, or do you want things to be better? I say that because when we want things to be easy, that means we don't want to go through the struggle. We don't want to fight. We don't want to be disciplined. We want things to come to us simply, easy, fast, no effort. And I don't know if you know, but like I was saying before, when we are doing things that don't drive us, that don't give us adrenaline, that don't give us passion, we're left with this feeling of nothing inside. We feel bored, we feel normal, like we don't feel like it was worth it. We don't appreciate it enough. I'll say that. But why can't we just wish for things to be better? Why do we want things to be easier? There's no need for things to be easier. You've gone through this challenge before. There's no need for things to be easier. You've learned some lessons before. From 21 to whatever 25. I'm sure you've learned a lot. If you haven't, well, get ready, because it's gonna happen fast. And there's pride in that. Pride in failing, pride in learning experiences, pride in learning lessons. We should be grateful that we took the opportunity to love ourselves, to put ourselves out there. And maybe we failed, maybe we didn't. And we should take pride in that. We should be grateful. A lot of times people aren't doing that because they're afraid, they're in fear. But if we have the courage to try new experiences and to fail, that's way more beautiful than doing nothing at all. So I say that also because it's like, yeah, so now we are trying a new experience. Maybe we're the same experience, but it's not going to be easier. Maybe it's going to be better. Maybe it's going to be more harder. But the key is we are prepared. We are prepared for the challenge. We are ready for the next step. It might not be easier, but we've gone through many experiences, we've gone through many lessons that are going to prepare us for this. So, why do you want something to be easy when you've gone through so much already? There's no need for it to be easy. You have the tools, you have the skills. You worked hard, you failed multiple times. So you're ready for the tough challenge. It's like, I mean, I hate to bring in sports because, people don't really like sports these days, but it's like if I had to choose when I want to play against someone who is so easy, I feel like I'm playing a child, or where I want to go with someone who's good competition. You might even learn more in that competition, man. So that's why I say that, man. We always want the easy road, but what does the easy road bring us? It doesn't bring us resilience. It doesn't bring us devotion. It doesn't bring us faith. It doesn't bring us anything worthwhile. But if we choose the better path, the harder path, that brings us resilience, that brings us strength, that brings us faith, that brings us discipline. It brings us so many more things. So, it's that simple. It's really that simple. And once we're able to understand that, you know, it's gonna be okay. Because yeah, it might be harder, but don't let something that's hard stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. Obviously, it's going to be hard. Obviously, you're gonna be afraid, and maybe you might step back and be like, "Nah, it's too hard. It's not easy enough. I don't want to do it." But hey, man, don't block your blessings. Don't block your blessings. Understand, there's always two sides of it. So if you are afraid of doing something because you think it might be bad, it might not be worth it, we also have to acknowledge the fact that there's the good side of it too. So you're blocking the bad blessings, which, okay, good for you, haha. But you're also blocking the good blessings. There's two sides of the wall. So you got the good side, you got the bad side. But if you don't do anything at all, how are you even going to know if the good side is going to be for you? So, we can't live in fear, guys. We can't live in fear. We have the ability every day to practice our free will, and it's not an easy tool to use. The universe is designed for us to be distracted. The universe is designed for us to live in lust and fear and gluttony, and it's gonna take practice. And I praise that you guys try to do new things, because these are going to create new experiences, and these are going to create new feelings in your body that you never felt before. Remember, we have cells here, here, in our stomach, the most. And so once we are doing things from our heart that give us passion, we're able to activate those cells, grow those cells, and we're going to feel better in situations. We're going to feel more confident. We're going to feel more love in situations. And so this is why it's like, if it's easy, you know, if it's not about a country, if it's easy, if a girl is easy, you're gonna be like, okay, that was a little boring, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but you want a little challenge, some respect. So don't wish it's easy, man. Don't wish it's easy. Wish it's better. We're prepared for the challenge. I am able to do it. This is where you bring in the confidence. This is where you bring in the power, the self-esteem, because you are preparing yourself for this battle. Maybe before you didn't know how to prepare yourself, but now with affirmations, with your mindset, with your perspective, all these tools you are acquiring from your past lessons, they're going to help you that much more in the future. So we're going to have better results because we're more experienced. So obviously, it could be the same level of difficulty, but it's going to be more exciting because we went through all this. Oh, man, bro, I'm speaking, man. You guys got to listen, bro. You guys got to listen. So I'll leave it at that for today. I love you guys. I'm here for you guys. Today was cool. Today's a holiday in Colombia. If you don't know about me and my life, so today I'm just gonna be chilling, making content, and being blessed. I'm in a blessed opportunity right now. I'm so grateful, so excited for the world, and I just want to be here as a voice for others and be here to help people and know you're not alone. We're all going through something. We all have our traumas, and we all need help. So I'm here for people who want to build a community on YouTube. I'm here for people who want to just talk, just be a friend. Hey, and yeah, that's really it. So I'm gonna say goodbye now. I want to say thank you for listening, and until next time. Until next time, off the dome. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you gotta do to be happy, and smile.